Now, I'm going to stop there. This field is 29 acres. The last field was 17. It took us most of the day. So we want this guy here. So we're going to produce straw, so I don't need to empty this. I do want to get both of these pieces of equipment serviced, however. So we'll do that right away. Okay, baler, repair. Kind of expensive. Tab. Tractor, definitely repair. About the same price. Don't have a weight on the front, so nothing there. JCB fast track, the baler is attached. Turn. Yeah, you can do it. Okay, I'm going to put this again over here. We'll go and grab the class and follow the JCB down to the field. And we'll do the driving from the cab because I'm having so many issues with that. So yeah, the plan for the grass, it's the last day of summer. If I cut today, then there will be a cut on the last day of fall. So that will result in us having had 3 grass cuts for the year. This one's going to be what I call short because it's not fully, at least technically I don't think it's fully grown. I said I was going to do this from the cab, and we will need to do that. Unfortunately, I've left the class behind because it's only capable of 32 miles an hour. Yay! Also, I can't see in my mirrors to see if there's anything between us. He's catching up okay. So I think for the first load, or first 4 loads from the harvester, we'll load up the tractor's grain cart, and then we'll do a follow me down to the store. We'll just sell that 700 litres of wheat, because 700 litres of wheat ain't much. I could run it back to the farm and put it in storage, but frankly I'm not sure it's really worth taking the time to do that. Oh, lots of traffic. Ow. Do not crash into me. So this wants to go to Willowbrook, which is over opposite. Oh, jeez. Opposite the dealership. There we go. And did the class make it? Yes. And as I say, driving 700 litres of wheat back to the farm, it's time I don't really want to spend doing it. I could have dumped it at the side of the field, but then I have to figure out how to pick it up. So we might as well get some income from it. It's going to be crap income because it's not the best time of year to sell wheat. Yeah, and we'll do this field much the same as we did the last one. I'll stick the JCB follow me on the harvester. We'll ship grain when those carts get full, and then we'll come back to the field and collect all the bales, sell those, and then get back to harvesting again. Just up the hill here is where everybody's hiding. Oh, actually today has turned out to be a nice day in real life too. So I was kind of looking at it and saying this doesn't look like a good day. I'm probably not going to do yard work, but it turns out it looks like it's going to be a good day. So maybe some yard work is on the cards. Oh, and it's the first Saturday of the month, so it's the first Saturday of the month, so it's tornado alert, siren test day. Okay, we unfold that. Try and pay attention to what I'm doing as well as what everybody else is doing. There we go. So now we're going to make straw again. Follow, and we should move this thing out of the way. Engine on, and I will. Guess I'm going to pull in front of the grain carts, because we're kind of running out of space here. Oh, there's the... maybe I'll park it to the left here. Engine off. Okay. Engine on. Drive. Go drive. Alright, so we will get this started. I'm probably going to call it soon. It's midday. I kind of get hungry. I've run out of stuff to drink on the desk. So, it's a good thing. I mean, as I said, I don't know. Where is it? Let's slam the brakes on for a sec. So, we had grain values, wheat. Probably the worst value of wheat at the moment. The best value, as I said, is what we like to call December. First day of winter, or yeah, first period of winter, early winter. So, not good. How's spelt? As I said, what did we have? We have triticale, much the same, and yeah, they're all pretty much of a muchness. The best time to sell them is in December. So we'll hold them in our silos until that happens, except for the wheat that's in the truck at the moment. I just want that gone. But yeah, I doubt we're going to make it round this field with this harvester, the size it is. But it's a different... I didn't look to see... Oh, I didn't look at the screen. Yeah, I want to do, again, 3 headlands. It gives us enough room to turn around. But we are going to have to collect the bales as we go, because otherwise they're going to get in the way when we start doing rows. And we'll probably do... This field looks like a north-south... north-south field. So we'll try and pick a line 0, 180 degrees and set up on that when we get around to it. But three headlands gives us enough room to turn this kit around. JCB's not so much of a problem, it's the baler and the hitch length on the baler that's an issue. once we're on the straight lines, I can start looking at stuff or looking up stuff without having to stop. So this is going to be 20,000. Straw could be 50,000. We'll sell it at the horse barn because it's closest. Although it's not easy to get into. Willowbrook stores, is it? Not Willowbrook. Oak Glen Farm is probably easier to access with the bale pickup trailer. But, we'll judge it as we go. If it takes me too long to try and manoeuvre that trailer into the horse yard, then we'll just run down to Oak Glen. It's longer to drive, but it may be quicker to manoeuvre. How are we doing? 77. So really time to go and get the case. Okay, we've been running 3 hours. So yeah, as I said, it's Thanksgiving weekend. I don't have to work on Monday. It's not Thanksgiving. That's what the British call it. At least that's my joke. It's Independence Day weekend. I don't have to work on Monday, so I will be streaming Monday morning. Probably around the same time as I do Saturday, so somewhere in the region of 9-ish o'clock to midday-ish. And I may do some of this offline, but we'll pick up wherever I get to on Monday, and we'll probably still have this field to finish at the very least. And then we will be back next Saturday, and maybe by that time we'll be harvesting our own crops, which will be nice and fun. Okay, engine off, back in the harvester. Engines went off. So we've got probably about halfway round so far. So it's, as I say, it's not as big as the last field, which our initial cut throughs we could barely get 8,000 litres. I think it was almost 7,000 litres to cut across the field on 17. This one, not going to be as troublesome. At least I don't expect it to be. We're still going, obviously for the first cut through. Going to do it with an empty harvester. Because I really don't want to be stranded in the middle of the field and then figure out, we didn't make it. This field is not good for a pure north-south cut through, but I'm going to do it north-south, and we'll deal with the wedges on the side as we go. It's probably about 20 degrees off true north, maybe 30. What are we running at now? See, we're running at 10 now. I think there's bits that are steeper. I could set up for a 190/10 harvest and see where we get to. Anyway, I'll be able to get 2 headlands in and fill up the grain cart. Now when it comes to new fields, I'm probably concentrating on the fields across the main road from the sawmill, since we already own some of those. So it just makes things a little bit easier logistically. This is a long way to drive to harvest this field, but it's probably affordable. We do have 30, I can't remember. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Where is it? This field here is 26 hectares. What's the acreage? Tell me in acres. I don't do hectares. Lands. Area, 24 acres. So this is 24 acres. The field we're doing at the moment is 31. Well, the land is 31. I think the field's about 28. So call it about 30. But doing that, we'll have so we've got a field approximately this size already, so we could potentially get another one. But I'd prefer to get something like 28, which is across the road from us and closer to our cluster of fields that we already own. Yeah, obviously from logistics planning, I'd like to get close to adjacent fields planted with the same crop, so that it's one trip with all the harvesting equipment to do that one field, or that cluster of fields. So I don't want, a field of wheat, field of barley, field of triticale. I've got to empty the harvester off between each one and do a grain run. Whereas if I plant them all as wheat, then as soon as I finish one, I can just move straight on to the next one and keep going. So while I did that, what I didn't do was look at what the price was of this field. Although, as I said, not buying this one. At least not for another 2 years or 3 years. Okay, so second headland already. And hold the brake until the handbrake comes on. So how much was this? This was click 35. Value 770. Yeah, we're not going to afford that one. 28's a possibility and close to fields we already own. 573, this one 334, this one $1 million. So 30's off the book cards. 31, 28 possibilities. But as I said, if they've already been planted, I kind of don't want to buy them, because we need to do, once we buy a field, if it's got a harvestable crop in, we'll just go out and harvest it, just because, well, it's extra money. But then we need to do the soil sampling and lime and fertilizer to get the field up to good state for the crop that we plant. Which is why I don't want to buy a field that's already planted, because I'll be shooting in the dark as to nitrogen levels and everything else. And what else? And we won't be able to, game-wise we'll be able to put lime down, but realism-wise we shouldn't put lime down on a field which has cropping. So I would avoid putting lime down, which means we'll have a poor harvest the first year we run the field. Anyway, that's empty. I could have left that extended. But, it doesn't really matter. We are set. We've been around once. We've completed the circuit. So we'll have to empty at the top. We will fill up the harvester and we'll empty at the bottom, back round here. We might stop where we are right now because that's convenient for the carter to just drive down the lane. Coming up here I'd have to figure out, you're going to have to turn around and go back. That can get a little tricky at times, especially with the length of that car. That's a big car. So 3 loads from this harvester. I mean, it's a good sized cart, so that when we get a bigger harvester, that say 12,000 litre tank or something like that, it's still going to take 2 full loads plus a bit more. Although by that time I might want a second cart and a second carting tractor. Doing cereals at the moment, they're quite a high yielding crop. Not great value, they're not bad. So we are producing a good quantity of crop, which raises the amount of carting you need to do and how much times you have, or how many times you have to empty the harvester. How much time? Is English. But we're good for 8:30. Okay. And once we get back to harvesting our fields, we'll have the excitement that he's preparing them for next year. Oh, that was right. We can tomorrow, if there's nothing better to do, we can plant our stuff, canola field, or what I plan to be the canola field. Are we coming around to the road? No, we're not coming around to the road already. But yeah, that'll get next year started. So that field has a load of digestate in it. I'm probably gonna I'm probably going to put solid fertiliser on it immediately after we plant it. And that should get it to ideal fertiliser levels. It's not going to be ideal lime because I'm not spreading lime on any of our existing fields this year. I think the lime reduction is something like 0.125. So, you know, even base game lime is every three harvests, and I'm figuring with precision farming active that we can probably get away with every 3 harvests as well with the lime. This is going to be a long drive. But again, until I've got 3 headlands, it's a little bit tight to get equipment turned around on the field. Now, if I had a harvester with a 40-foot draper, then 2 headlands would be sufficient. But we're running a 25-footer, so 3 is needed. It's kind of a, you know, the bigger the harvester, the bigger the header it can do, but because it's bigger, it takes more room to turn around, and you know, if you get bigger grain carts, the same thing's true on that. But I think our next, our upgrade harvester when we get there, that's just going to be, we might be able to drop to 2. That'd be good. Okay, well done. Engine is off, so turn that back on again. And header. Roll forwards as we finish emptying. Now, in theory, I could go now. I can't see. So one complaint I have: the vehicle inspector mod that was in 17 actually showed any piece of equipment with an engine running, not just the pieces of equipment with a worker or a person in. So if I was playing multiplayer, I'd be able to see, if someone was sitting in the karting tractor, how full they were, and take appropriate action, especially with a forager if I had one. But you can't put a worker in a stationary tractor. I possibly could if I was using horseplay, but it didn't play friendly with this map. So it is what it is. I can't see equipment that's not doing worker stuff or people stuff in 19. So I think next year's main cereal crop, I'll probably do spelt, because we did triticale last year. For the oilseed crops, I don't think linseed is a